I was born in the 60s and I was born in Johannesburg. Lived in the capital, Pretoria.
What was it like growing up in the apartheid?
I would say I was just a very elitist white in the apartheid system. I lived in a sort of white suburban area. We were very, very separated from the blacks. They only came into our communities to work, and that was wrong. You didn't know any better. I think what really got me was the fact that our newspapers were so censored, our TV was censored, and as a white South African, we really didn't know what was going on.
How much was censored?
Everything was censored. The picture of Nelson Mandela, no one was allowed to publish it. So when he showed his face, 94, it was released. No one had ever seen the man.
So why did you think they did this?
I think it was a way of keeping us oblivious to what was really going on, And everything at that stage was equated to the communists were coming. Everything that was foreign was the communists. It wasn't seen as being blacks' empowerment at all.
How would you describe life was like for black people?
I think quite hard, very, very hard for black people because they had to come into the city, travel into the cities for work. They didn't have the rights to vote. They didn't have the rights to own property. And they all lived in townships very separated from the white.
Were you aware of police brutality?
It really came to the fore in 1976 with the blacks rioting against the education. And I think that's when we were realised that there was the police shot them. I don't think we really were aware of it all in South Africa.
How did their treatment make you feel?
Sad, terribly sad, angry, frustrated. You wanted to get it right, But as a white South African, you were very scared. As a police state, you felt you were followed if you were part of any active resistance to anything.
What did you work as in South Africa?
I was the personal assistant to the director culture, so that was a big job I did, and it was a really interesting job because it did slightly touch on trying to get the country ready for the break of apartheid.
So how did South Africa change when Manila was released?
We started to realise that things that were wrong and out of place. We no longer had benches only for white people and entrances only for white people. It became more representative of both cultures now. I think we're all really, really pleased about it, just absolutely ecstatic about it. The wonderful thing about South Africa is that it's brought together all cultures and eventually a very peaceful transformation in the country. I think that was because of Mandela.
When did you move from South Africa to the UK?
I moved from South Africa to the UK various times. I came here in 86. I came here in 97 and I came here in 2002, finally, when I made the big move across. I was quite upset about the crime rate in South Africa and the security issues and just sort of safety of my family.
What led you to decide to move to the UK, of all countries?
Because of the language. We could speak the same language. It would be easier to move here because it was part of our culture. I think the easiest place to live would be the UK because we had ancestry visas.
Can you tell me about the moment you made the decision?
I made the decision very, very quickly because we've been talking about it for a long time. Do we go or don't we go? Do we go or don't we go? And then when we were thrown with the opportunity of buying a property in South Africa, we kind of withdrew the last minute because we just thought about, we're not going to be safe. Having the insecurity of being burgled and things there, we decided it's not safe. Let's go.
So do you think it was the right decision?
Absolutely. I think back now.
It was the right decision.
Any concerns?
No, I think not at all. Families have grown up and everyone has been able to see each other and prospects have been able to be made and
Can you please tell me about what your future plans are? Stay in the UK? Will you travel?
No, I'm going to stay in the UK. It's my home.
What lessons do you think the world could learn from the apartheid?
No one is better than anyone else. No culture is better than anyone else. We're all the same,
No matter how different.
No matter how different we are, we're all the same.